Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Retro Game Revisited. Today we're going to be doing Quake on the Nintendo 64. It's Quake's 20th birthday this year, in June. I didn't want to wait till then because basically, you know, I've got to get through as many games as I can, I've got to make as many videos as I can. So before I crack on with the actual game, just a couple of things I want to talk about. I was going to do some interviews at the convention I went to last weekend. I think it was last weekend or the one before. I had all my equipment that I had got, and then once I got there, I realised that it was going to be very difficult for me to actually do these interviews because, for one, I couldn't sync the audio with the video properly. The reason why I had a problem was because the camera I'd bought, it's a GoPro, so it's not really designed to record audio at the same time. It's more designed just to capture video, which is great. If you're just taking general motion footage of the convention, you know, no problems. But if you are trying to actually do some kind of actual interview stuff, it doesn't really work that well. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on that. Maybe get a better camera and some other stuff. So that was a bit of a bust. Also, I was looking for any retro gaming stores like that might sell like old games or old consoles, or just to see what I could get. And they had none of those either, so it was a bit of a bust. You know, I mean, I was disappointed I couldn't find these things. So, what I did get from the convention was a couple of items it was just a few bits of merch, really. Nothing amazing, nothing outstanding. So, plans for the future. I'm going to start doing Game Boy games. I know I might have said this before, but now I actually have a way to do them because my Super Game Boy for the SNES works, but as we know, we have problems with the frame rate with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do them with an emulator, because if you own the game and you have a console of that type, or you have the ability to play the game, I think if you just own the game you can actually use an emulator legally. So we're going to do that. But I managed to find my Nintendo 64 Game Boy pack, which will allow me to use Pokemon Stadium. As you can see, I've got my Pokemon Yellow. That's one of two copies I've somehow managed to accumulate. I don't know how I got these games. I think friends were just like, oh, you know, do you want a free Game Boy game because I'm getting rid of it or something. So I have two Pokemon Yellows, a Pokemon Blue and a Red. So I have Pokemon Stadium for the N64 as well. So I'll get around to playing with a friend at some point. So if anybody's got their Pokemon, the original Game Boy ones, and they want to challenge my Pokemon team, it's fine. You know, bring it on. They're not very good. They're between levels 50 and 60. I haven't finished the game because I get so close to the end and I get bored and I'm like, oh, can't be bothered anymore. I have the Pokemon I want and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, I'll leave it. I'm not very good at completing games like that. They bore me after a while. Like Assassin's Creed. I started with Assassin's Creed 1, I completed it was fine. The story was great, the game was good, you know, I enjoyed it. Played number 2, finished it, but because number 2 was like part of the trilogy, so I finished that one and then it took me forever. Then I got to Brotherhood, which is the second one, and I just couldn't be bothered anymore. I mean, like I said, I love the series, I love the franchise, the story's great. The story could make a really, really, really good Netflix original if they just forget about making the game and just made like they could do it in like TV show style, you know, like 40-minute segments of just the CGI game, including the CGI parts of the game, you know, building the story around that. They could be onto something. But the game, I mean, with the tower defenses and all these other they're actually like mini games. It distracts you from the main story, and especially the bits where you have to be Desmond as well. You know, I mean, no spoilers. Everyone knows what happens. You know, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. But you know, I mean, I got bored and I was like, oh, whatever. I can't be bothered. You know, especially now that we're so far you know, we've got Syndicate. That's the latest one, and that's set in Britain, Victorian England. I mean, you know, who cares about what happened in Rome? It doesn't really matter anymore, you know. And everyone tells me, don't play number 3. It was the worst. You know, yeah, maybe. You know, I'm not going to get round to it. You know, but I like the story. I like how the whole franchise has come around. But it's a good thing they're taking a year off, and they're going to come out with something next year. Call of Duty could, you know, you guys at Treyarch and whatever, you know, I know they're not watching this, but I'm saying they could afford to do that. Take a couple of years off and build a really, really good Call of Duty game. You know, you don't have to release one every year. Yeah, people are going to buy it, but there's people I know, they'll buy it, they don't even touch the single player campaign. So anyone who sat down and did a storyboard and made it engaging, guess what? It's getting lost. People just they go straight to the multiplayer and they play it. So if they're going to do that, just build a game for multiplayer. It's been done before. You know, don't bother with a single player. You know, people will say, "Oh, but I don't like playing online, so I just want to do single player." Okay, but people are putting effort into the Call of Duty single player. Only like a very small percentage of the people who buy the game are actually playing it. So they could afford to invest more in the multiplayer side. Lots of game modes and all that sort of stuff, and you know, weapons or kill streaks or something, and they could afford to have a really good multiplayer game, just multiplayer, and then have a really good single player game later. So I'm getting off on a tangent, so I'm going to bring it back in and focus. Okay, so I managed to pick up this as well. Well, actually, I've had this for a while, but I found it in a lockup. In my mum's lockup, the arcade power stick. I think I only ever used it once with an actual Mega Drive. So I have the box and everything. I even had the Toys R Us sticker on it, so it's still on there. Apparently it was £7,736.11, according to the price tag. It's obviously a massive misprint. I would imagine it's probably £77, perhaps. I'm hoping. I don't think it could have been any more at the time. I mean, the back of the box has taken a bit of a beating, but you know, the fact that the box is still in pretty good condition is a good sign, and I know for a fact that it works. And it's a great bit of kit to have. It's a good bit of fun. Now all I need is a Mega Drive, or at least I need a power pack for one. Okay, so there's not really much else for me to tell you. The RGR Championship is still being made. Not that it really matters anymore. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where all of my friends, they live miles away. They're very, you know, they have their own lives and they're just too busy to come and do videos. You know, it's not easy to do videos either. So, you know, I guess we're gonna have this issue where there's going to be a hiatus of multiplayer games being done, as far as me sitting with friends and doing it. But I'll try and remedy that at some point in the future. Hopefully, I'll get some done this week. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But we'll see. Okay, so I am going to keep entertaining people as best I can, and I'm going to I'm going to play Quake 1. All right. Okay, so here we go. We have obviously the options and stuff. I'm just going to check that the controls are okay. Yep, that's fine. Now, I could never understand why that was never jump. See, they put C button up to center view and C down to jump. That wouldn't make any sense to me. I would have the C up to jump. You know, there's no crouch button, so you know that's fine. That's cool. Okay. Video. Yep, crosshair on. I'm not afraid of admitting where I've made mistakes. I had spent half an hour before this doing a video, doing a presentation, whatever you want to call it, and I forgot to press record again. It seems to be a bit of a theme when I'm not concentrating or I'm kind of tired, which I am. I I forget to press record on my PVR that records the footage, and embarrassingly, I end up just doing the video here, and I look up when I finish, and the red light's not on, so it means it's not recording. Because I have to physically go over there and press it. A little remote would have been absolutely, handy, but it doesn't exist. No, I don't want to use the rumble pack. So the fact that it has to actually load, it doesn't just drop in like that. For a cartridge game, is a bit unusual, but hey, okay. So you don't get so when you start the game, you don't get the initial select which difficulty option. You do that in the menu previous. Okay, so that initial open world bit that you can walk around and stuff is gone. Okay. So no matter what difficulty, because we picked medium difficulty. No matter what difficulty, they still give you the opening level tips. Okay. Now I'm going to try and talk about this game, but I already have done it before, so I'm not going to. I'm going to try not to repeat myself. The graphics got a bit of a N64 style upgrade. For example, the hues around certain areas. I mean, the fact that I'm in water and it's glowing blue. As you can see on the walls, and my gun is blue. It's kind of clever. They used what they could of the Nintendo 64's graphical capability, and this looks at the moment like it's an honest, straight up port. The sounds are the same, the graphics are the same. I mean, the textures are a bit poor, but they're not horrible. They're not great either. And the auto aim does exist on this, which is good, because it's quite hard to aim with the stick. I like the fact the violence has not been toned down as well. This would have had to have had an 18 sticker on it easily. So I probably mentioned this in my other Quake video, but the very first time I got to play this was at a friend's house, and he had a 56k modem. The ones that dial up and make the awesome noise. It was good fun. I mean, it was alright. I think that just brings me out to, yeah. So I could have got the quad damage from the other side, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so going back to playing it at my friend's house, he had a 56k modem, which means that, as you can imagine, the connection speeds were pretty poor, but for a game this resource, it wasn't very resource hungry. You could easily play it, and it wouldn't be a problem. It would actually play quite smoothly. But I remember becoming fascinated with it. I just thought it was one of the best things ever. Especially the fact that, I mean, just little things like the fact that your Quake guy. I think I missed the power up. Oh, that's okay. That your character, he could effectively have a different coloured jacket. It was a simple thing like that just made me like, oh wow, I'd love to play this. So I actually went out and spent a silly amount of money on this, plus there was this, and then there was what was it called? It was an expansion pack, but it wasn't an official one. It was called Malice, and if it was official, it didn't look it. But that's that's the story for another day. I have the CD, but it's the PC version, so I'll have to see if I can get that to work. It actually had like it was quite good. It was a single player story, a story campaign. Okay, it was single player, but it actually had cutscenes. This didn't have cutscenes, but they used this engine to make this game called Malice, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it reminded me a lot. The character in it reminded me a lot of the Punisher, Quest for Vengeance, and all that. The music's good in this game as well. I mean, it doesn't play during the level; it only plays at the end. Well, that I've noticed. And yeah, so going back to Malice, I don't remember a lot about it because I didn't really play it that much. I think I got stuck on the first level, which wouldn't be the first time that that's happened to me, and I give up. Yeah, so what do I think of this? Yeah, it's good. I like it. I think it's a good port. I would have loved to have had this in my Nintendo 64 library, which was kind of small. I mean, I was very lucky. I got lots of games. I had more games for the Super NES than I did for the Nintendo 64. But when you didn't know any better, you literally just played the games over and over and over again. Okay, no, there is music. It's playing through the level. I just heard some. It's not bad. It's got the right kind of tone for the game. You know, kind of creepy, medievally sort of sound to it. Oh, I get stuck. Oh yeah, and the enemies would attack each other if one of them attacked one. They would start hitting each other, which I always thought was kind of cool. Yep, so like I said, half an hour of footage got rubbed just on the grounds that I wasn't thinking. I'm kind of tired. I've spent the whole day cleaning the house. I do go to work as well, but I have a week off, so I figured I might as well clean. Or I was told to. If a certain person watches this video, she will say, "But I told you to clean. You didn't choose to." No, it's true, it's fair enough. Now the grenade launcher, the one thing about this game, and I don't think I mentioned it the last time, I never understood, I mean I understand what the weapons are and what they do, but I never understood them. Like, if this is supposed to be a medieval kind of game, I guess, why then do I have weapons like a nail gun, grenade launcher, and rocket launcher? Surely I should have like a crossbow and a sword and a shield and stuff like that. And the enemies are a bit weird too. I mean, like that dude with the chainsaw hand with the grenade launcher in the other, and these flying things. I don't even know what they are. I don't even know what they're supposed to be. They look like flying snakes. Is he stuck? Oh, I got killed. I was scragged by a scrag. Okay. Has to reload the whole level. Shit, man. You know that's not a good sign. I can't. How? Like, on what grounds would it have had to reload the entire game? or rather the level. Okay. And so yeah, I haven't sorted out that issue with the SNES in regards to the frame rate and stuff like that. And like I said before, Hauppauge, the people who made the PVR that I used, they've given up too. So I've given up. If the people that made the product give up because they don't know what's wrong, there's no point in me carrying on. The zombies in this were quite humorous to me. They'd pull off body parts to throw at you. I am literally speedrunning as much as I can through this game. Because I got this far about 20 minutes ago. And I do want to show people who haven't played it what the rest of the first episode of the game looks like. But because I fucked up, I still can't believe I didn't press record on the thing. I mean that's like, you know, you have to do it. Oh, fuck's sake. You have to do it. You know. Alright, speed run. Sorry guys. I'm hoping that those things can't follow me. See, like, they are literally in the way, so I have to go around them like that. I just want to get out of this level. I don't want to do it anymore. But I can't. The problem with the graphics is the resolution is so low, I can't actually see the bad guys very good. Oh, please tell me that's the exit. Oh, shit. Okay, this isn't good. Because now I have to fight two of those monster things. I've got 16 health. It's going to be a job. I'll have to strafe around the room. I think there was health over in that corner. Okay, I got away with it. I could have just ran straight through them really, but I didn't realise. I forgot about the end of the level being there. Okay. Yeah, it's not even saving the thing, so whatever. But this is the furthest I've got so far in this playthrough. I really want to save it, but I don't think it will save. well, if I keep playing this video, it's already 24 minutes. It's going to run over into like an hour. It takes forever to make sure that I get it just right and everything like that. So, okay, I'm going to stop there. So the port for Quake to the 64 is good. It sounds good. The music's there. The options are there. Everything's needed. Like the crosshair's important. That was there. They fixed a lot of bugs because on that last level there were bugs that would cause the game to crash. Obviously they fixed it. Like I said at the beginning, it's Quake's 20th birthday this year, come June. So you know, it's a good game. I mean, okay, like I wouldn't play this all the time now, but this is such a good port. I would probably play this. You know, if I didn't, for some reason, if I didn't have access to a PC and I had access to this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about, really, just because this is the end of the video. Nope, that's good. I'm happy. So there's going to be more N64 videos coming this week. I'm going to try and do some more, get some more out there. If you haven't subscribed already, the subscribe button's down here, please. Thank you. For those of you who have subscribed recently, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. I hope that we can interact. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, please. Or if you want to leave a comment about talking about the game, please do. I know some of you already have, and thanks very much for interacting with the channel. And we'll see you again soon.